could really do is show you how much I love you and appreciate you. So, happy Valentine's Day, baby.
Baby, I love you, don't you notice? You the reason why I wrote this when everything else feels hopeless. You put it all back in focus when I'm sad and I wanna cry. I can take a look into your eye, to your surprise, just realize you make me glad to be alive. Made you smile many times, made you cry plenty times. Apologize every time, need me, call me anytime. Together this world can be ours. Get the money and get the power. Give you candy, gifts and flowers, then caress you in the shower. Got big plans for the future. I'm your man, I just can't lose it. I gotta prove it to you the right way is how I do you. Need a real woman by my side, filled with love and a lot of pride. Don't keep your feelings up inside, express them to me and never hide. I'm not perfect, but I'm worth it, more to you than just your surface. All your kisses and your wishes making me feel all so nervous. Don't wanna live without you, there's something that's so real about you. I can't explain, you take my pain, my love for you is nothing but true. All the love I feel inside is keeping me alive when I look into your eyes. It's keeping me alive whenever I see your smile. It's keeping me alive, thoughts of us having a child. It's keeping me alive. Don't wanna be like Bonnie and Clyde, cause they already done died. Anticipate our wedding date, the day you become my bride. Cause I need you in my life, plus I see you as my wife. Our love don't have no price, kiss and hug at night, that's right. I love your waist and your thighs, love your face and your eyes. Your taste make me rise like a cake between your thighs. Never experienced real love until I finally met you. Cause you special, can't forget you. When you gotta go, it's hard to let you come back. Don't be long, you know I miss you when you gone. I can't kiss you when you gone, I won't hit you, that'll be wrong. Been through dilemmas like Nelly and Kelly, but you tell me that you ready. I believe you, won't deceive you, so I hold you nice and steady. Wipe your tears with my finger, I'm a rapper, you a singer. Many nights full of laughter now, tell me do you remember? Hold you close, propose a toast to the one that I love the most. Other women try to boast, but none of them could ever come close. All the love I feel inside is keeping me alive when I look into your eyes. It's keeping me alive whenever I see your smile. It's keeping me alive, thoughts of us having a child. It's keeping me alive. I would die for you, give my life for you, give my day, give my evening and give my night for you. I'ma succeed, proceed to fulfill my dreams and share it all with my queen. Cause you already know one thing, I love and base just on some green. You deserve the finer things, necklace, chains, and diamond rings. When we get the same last name, maybe then your friend will start playing these games. But until then, he on thin ice. Lately things ain't been too right, I guess it's just the stress of life that makes me a little bit less than I apologize, please don't cry. Dry those tears from beneath your eyes, head to the sky, show your smile. Never give up and always try. When we apart, it hurts sometimes. We made it through the worst of times. Our time to shine, I'm glad you mine. We can stand the test of time. Cause I appreciate you. The best thing I did was date you. Never hate you, congratulate you. Show you love whenever I face you. Make me happy to be alive. To make you happy, I'm gonna strive. Be the best that I can be. You and me will always survive. All the love I feel inside is keeping me alive when I look into your eyes. It's keeping me alive whenever I see your smile. It's keeping me alive, thoughts of us having a child. It's keeping me alive. Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Been smart from the start, wasn't taught, wasn't told. You could climb through my mind, or fly through my eye. And in time you will find what I rhyme is not a lie. Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Been smart from the start, wasn't taught, wasn't told. You could climb through my mind, or fly through my eye. And in time you will find what I rhyme is not a lie. See you dealing with a vicious mind, hard cold like Christmas time. Every time I write a rhyme, put it all on the line. no need to hold my tongue. Hold a mic like you hold a gun. Haters, I'm the chosen one. Fakers, I don't roll with none. Don't you ever test my heart. Been a rebel from the start. I ain't got time to play no games. I'm too busy playing my part. Keep my mind on my mission. Living by my premonitions. View the world with blurry vision. Stressing in high definition. Not the man I wanna be, but I'll be damn I'm gonna be. How in the hand I'm gonna see the obstacles in front of me.
What's up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and I am back with another episode of the Straight Talk Sessions, the Man Talk Monday edition. I am everyone's favorite center, the man with the greatest beard on YouTube. Hope everybody's enjoying their Monday, man. You know how we do it. Before we get into the flagship show of the Straight Talk Society, I do have just a couple of announcements that I want to get out of the way. First of all, real quick before I start, so you guys know this show, this Man Talk Monday show, man, is nothing but a barbershop talk show. Like literally, us brothers come together and we give you a lot of barbershop talk, and we talk about various things from all over around the world, things around pop culture, things like that. And we put our comical spin on it. We put our serious spin on it. But at the end of the day, what we do over here is entertainment. Just like I say, I'm not a teacher. I don't ever profess to be a teacher. We're just your break from the day-to-day drama that goes on in life. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I can't not acknowledge what's going on over in Israel. And I'm not sure if the Tape Fist Politics crew will touch on it tomorrow. But as the face of this channel, I think I don't want to say too much about it, just because the restrictions about what you could talk about, especially when it comes to war and stuff like that, they clamp down on you hard. But I will say, man, people always have it worse than you. Like a lot of times we'll be like, damn, I got it so bad. Life is so bad. But when you see what's going on over there, makes you happy to be over in the good old US of A, regardless of what's going on over here and things like that. People can crap on the country. They could do whatever they want. But I'm telling you, there's no place that I would rather be in. It's not an endorsement or anything. I'm just saying, with everything going on, when you look across the world, I saw a story today where you have women and children and elderly people being held up and being kidnapped, and you have men standing by their doors going without sleep with machine guns in their hands, protecting their families just in case any insurgents bust down their doors and try to kidnap their family. Man, that's some scary stuff, some very scary times that we're living in. So we come over here to entertain you guys and to help take your mind off of things that's going on. So with that being said, I did feel that I did need to say that. So let me get into the announcements real quick before we start this week's Man Talk Monday. And I have been getting feedback where people have been loving the shorter format, which I appreciate. And it is my mission to get all our shows under 2.5 hours. And we have been doing good. You know how we were doing good? Because I was able to keep the Wrestling with Reality show under like 2 hours and 40 minutes. Because I let Venkat close, because I was like, you know what? At 8 o'clock, I'm done. I'm gone. Just like tonight, 8 o'clock, I'm gone. Because we don't need to bombard you with hours of stuff. We're entertaining enough. We could get it. And we'll be back next week. And that's just how it is. You got Mike, you got Kev, you got Wayne, and you got myself. We all bring our own different personalities to this show. And, so we can make you laugh. We can make you cry. We can make you get upset, but you will be entertained. So, hell, I think we even kept the biblical debate. The biblical debate was like 2 hours and 40 minutes. And the only reason that went the extra 10 minutes was because I let some guys come up because I thought that they wanted to set some things up. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Trust me, before this year's up, every show here, I'm shooting for that 2 hour mark. not even the 2.5 hour mark. I am shooting for that 2 hour mark. So let's get into, and that could show you right there that where my goal is, because people will say, oh, you should want the shows to go longer because your channel's monetizing this and that. No, I don't what's the word I'm looking for? I don't sacrifice quality just to give you longer times. Like, that's ridiculous. You got to be able to get your points out quick. So I got 10 minutes. Let's go through the upcoming shows that we do have on the channel. Tomorrow night we have Tape Fist Politics, and this episode of Tape Fist Politics is one that I requested. So I can't wait to tune into this. You will hear VNN, as we're calling it, the Venkat News Network, on full effect tomorrow, because tomorrow's episode is entitled "Who Was Better?" It's the political smackdown, Trump versus Obama. Yeah, so that's tomorrow's show. So join Venkat, Mike, MD, and Ricardo as they weigh in unbiasedly. I got the overlay up so you guys can't see me, but unbiasedly about the Obama administration versus the Trump administration. Then Wednesday we do have Wrestling with Reality. We will be doing, man, that Wrestling with Reality show. The one we did last week got over 1,000 views on it. It's between YouTube and Facebook. I mean, some of the shows, like, they just hit, but again, it's that short time frame. I mean, people don't want to be around here forever. You get in and you get out. We will be reviewing the Fastlane show from this past Saturday. Speaking of Facebook, I was kicked off again for whatever reason, so I am not appealing it. I will not be appealing it. So if they don't reinstate the Straight Talk Society channel, then fine. I wanted everybody over on YouTube anyway, so I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. It is what it is at the end of the day. They aren't even telling me what was the reasoning. They're just telling me that they got rid of the channel, which was weird because I still have my personal page, but they got rid of the actual Straight Talk Society page. And at this point, I'm just tired of dealing with them, so I'm not going to make a new one. I'm not going to do it. Then next Thursday, this Thursday, we have a biblical presentation from Brother Eddie Israel. And I said when I got here that I was going to name you the title, but I still don't remember the title, but it is something to the effect of "Are African Americans Negroes or Israelites?" So be sure to tune into that. That's this Thursday. Eddie Israel will be doing his first solo presentation over here on the Straight Talk Society. Then the following Thursday, Eddie Israel will be doing part 2 of that show, entitled "Who Will Be Saved? All the Sons and Daughters of Adam." So I've been talking to Eddie Israel in the back. This is going to be something you don't want to miss. It's going to be a really good presentation. Then we have upcoming on the 20th, we have the UFC 294 review show with the MMA brothers, Bones and Zay. They will be doing a preview. They will be doing a preview of the UFC 294 card. Then they'll be coming back right after the event, because it's an early show, that Saturday, to do a review of the show. Then October 27th, we do have Straight Talk Therapy sessions with Dr. Mia. I did reach out to her, and we are on for the 27th. On the 26th, we will be having an interview with Brother Stacy Mobley. That's going to be October 26th at 6:30 p.m. So it's going to be very interesting to hear his backstory, what led him into the ministry, and then we will let you know what he used to do. It's going to be very interesting when you see it. He's even sent me the video of it, so I can't wait to play it. And I think the last thing we have on November 2nd, which is a Thursday, we have another debate set up. They had to get this in. They were calling me like, "Hey, we need to do this. We need to get this in." You're going to have Brother Duran will be taking on Reginald Young. And the title of that debate is, "Does the Bible teach that the Holy Ghost is God or an angel?" So be sure to tune into everything that we have going on the channel. We got a lot. Yeah, okay. So Keela put it in there. See, are African Americans really African? That's what it was. And I'm always butchering the title, but that's what it is. So y'all tune in. And I am looking for an Israelite that wants to debate Stacey Mobley. He has an open challenge to any Israelite that can prove that they're really an Israelite. That black people are really Israelites and not just Christian. So I have somebody in mind that I think would take that debate, but I gotta give them a call, and we may have to work some things out in the background. So that we got a lot of things coming up on the channel. Make sure if you haven't to please check out the Dolphins deep dive that we did yesterday. Fans, man, that's just a fun 45 minute show where you just come on, football fans come on and just talk. A lot of times they're already inebriated, so they're coming on with all their full passion, and we get it in, man. It is what it is. We get in, we talk about the Dolphins, we talk about every other team in the NFL. The best moderator in the world, Keela, is lucky that the Cowboys played late last night and I couldn't get that into the deep dive, because I'll just ask you a question. What was that? what was that last night, man? My goodness. But y'all make sure and tune into the channel, subscribe to the channel. We aren't on Facebook anymore with the channel. I mean, I'm on Facebook personally, but I locked all my social media pages just because we have some religious nutbags that have infiltrated, and they're sending me all type of ridiculous messages via my personal accounts, which is just crazy because it just furthermore shows what I've been saying from the beginning. Like, these guys are maniacs. They're crazy. Had I not blocked them, I'm pretty sure we'll get one that comes in the chat under a fake name. But so they could say something crazy. But had I not blocked them, they'd probably be bombarding right now. It's ridiculous. If I showed you guys the message that was sent to me from one of these guys on Instagram, of all places, they went and found me on Instagram. You don't even see my real name on Instagram, but they ended up finding me on Instagram and sending me some ridiculous message. I sent it to Mike. Mike saw it, and I had to tell Mike, don't, just let him live. That's all I had to say. Just let him live, because Mike was ready to just just was going to make somebody feel bad. So I just told Mike, just let him live. Let him live. I said, I got all these emails and stuff from these guys. If they ever piss me off enough, like I said, I'll just do a stream where I'll make a slideshow presentation and just show every single email and text message I've ever gotten from them, just so everybody can see how obsessed they really are. I will pull up their skirt, just like I always say. I'll pull their skirt up, but I don't think they really want me to do that. So, and I really don't want to do that, just because this channel is going in a different direction as far as growth and everything, all the diversity and everything that we have over here. We got too much going on. And speaking of too much going on, hold on, let me see. Speaking of too much going on, Venkat keeps ignoring me, but I'm trying to get Venkat and Mike to do their own NBA show. I'm assuming this, and the reason being because you guys know that me and Venkat tested the waters with the NBA show last year, and it was good when we did it, but I'm not gonna be consistent enough with doing something like that, just because football is my thing. Football and wrestling is my thing. And I put all my heart and soul into those type of shows. The NBA stuff, I do it just because it's just something that, my friend wanted to do. But Venkat does put a lot of work into these things, and I know he's passionate about basketball. So if they could find the time, I would love Mike and Venkat to do their own NBA show, just because Mike really knows basketball, really, really knows it. Whereas with me, I don't know anything about the new stuff. I know all the old stuff. I'm like old school. So I think a basketball show with the two would be really good, but Venkat has to want to do it, because he'd be the one man in the controls, just like with Tape Fist Politics. I have nothing to do with Tape Fist Politics. I'm just like you guys. When 605 gets here on Tuesdays, I'm normally in the family room just listening to it in my ear. I'm a fan. I have zero input. Tomorrow's show, I'm the one who suggested it, but that's about it. I have zero input. That's the thing about me. When I give you the controls or something, hey, that's on you. You do your own thing. I just ask you don't get the channel struck. That's it. The MMA brothers, they do their own thing. All they need is for me to control the buttons in the background, but they do their own thing. They do their own sharing the screen. They check out the chat. They do all that stuff. Literally, when their show comes on, I have it playing in the background. That's it. And that's how it is over here. I am the EVP that doesn't have to be all up in the way of everything. I don't need to do that. So with all that being said, I think I got all the announcements out of the way, and we'll be back on the other side with what you guys came to see. Man Talk Monday, right here on the Straight Talk Society.
Acknowledge me.
Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Been smart from the start, wasn't taught, wasn't told. You could climb through my mind, or fly through my eye. And in time you will find what I rhyme is not a lie. Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Been smart from the start, wasn't taught, wasn't told. You could climb through my mind, or fly through my eye. And in time you will find what I rhyme is not a lie. See you dealing with a vicious mind, hard cold like Christmas time. Every time I write a rhyme, put it all on the line. No need to hold my tongue, hold the mic like you hold a gun. Haters, I'm the chosen one, fakers, I don't roll with none. Don't you ever test my heart, been a rebel from the start. I ain't got time to play no games, I'm too busy playing my part. Keep my mind on my mission, living by my premonitions. Through the world with blurry vision, stressing in high definition. Walking the path unknown to most, the ones that I love, I hold them close. Every rhyme I wrote was dope, no jokes, so folks can overdose. Lyrically, I'm legendary. Yes, I'm very necessary. Fans to see my adversary buried in the cemetery.
Yeah. Straight Talk Sessions live. You're gonna acknowledge me. It's Monday. It's Man Talk Monday. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
But we have a responsibility and a duty to be fathers. Not to just make babies, but to be real fathers. And you can't expect any good to come to you if you don't visit any good on your son or your daughter. So, be a man.
And we are live. I'm just waiting on Kev and Wayne. Kev said, give him a minute. Wayne may. Oh, there's Kev right there. Big Money Mike, what's up?
I am chilling as usual. I was making a salad and then something wasn't tasting right. Then I realized I didn't put any mango in it. Now it tastes fantastic.
So you put mangoes in your salad, huh?
I'm right. Put mango on it if I could keep it right.
All right, that's cool.
Yes, sir.
And the young phenom is in the building. Kev!
Yo, what's up, you bloody blokes? and Mamandam.
So
Yo,
now
you're
you're from England now.
real.
What's up? What's up?
Hey,
I'm in a good mood.
he don't want to be he just don't want to be Haitian, huh?
You better rep your joint. I'm gonna tell them those to
I was
convince you.
Haitian last show.
He want to be everything but Haitian. Yeah.
So we're gonna be from England this week, eh? All right, then. That's might happen, eh?
Well,
So
Wayne,
Wayne, still waiting for Wayne, but Wayne may be at work or still in a meeting or something. You know how it goes. But Kev, we gonna start off the first story. We're gonna start it off one of your favorites. You ready for this one?
Perfect. Weak men.
Let me go and put this young lady up on the screen.
Hey,
we all see the snow. We all see the snow bunny. Calm down there. Calm down. so you want the backstory or you just want to ogle at her?
let me ogle at her real quick.
From
Got some
her
nice shit
shoulders
going.
to her knees look like a table.
All right. So
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
this young lady here. So here's the headline: social worker admitted to having sex with 13-year-old boy she counseled.
Wow.
An Ohio social worker was arrested for having sex with a 13-year-old boy she was assigned to counsel, according to police and local report. Peyton Shires, 24, allegedly admitted to the disturbing behavior during a call with the boy's mother and detectives from the Columbus Police Department, according to reports. Shires of Mount Sterling was previously employed by the National Youth Advocate Program, a group which specializes in working with families involved in the foster care system. It remains unclear whether she was assigned to the boy through the NYAP. The boy's mother contacted police September 27 to report her suspicions after allegedly discovering inappropriate text messages between her son and Shires. Court documents showed cops allegedly conducted a search on the phone and discovered footage of the boy and Shires having sexual contact. When investigators interviewed the boy, he reportedly admitted having sex with Shires on at least 2 occasions in September. Shires was arrested Friday after allegedly admitting her behavior with the boy to his mother on a call monitored by the police. She was charged with unlawful sexual conduct of a minor, and she is being held on $500,000 bond. State record shows the social worker was licensed in June, and the end goes on to say that the National Youth Advocate Program is saddened by the situation involving one of our former employees and a young person served by our organization, the organization said in a statement. So here we have 24-year-old woman, fresh out of college, looks like. I mean, you could just look at her and tell she's fresh out of college. Supposed to be a mentor in an advocacy program for foster kids, and she's having sexual relations with a 13-year-old boy. Kev, what you got for me?
Well, I'm gonna give men a break this week, this week. But bro, these kids built different. Bro. Like, I thought I had game. I thought you guys had game, but these kids, man, to like to be able to hook up with these older women, and it's not like these are this week, and it's not like they're unattractive or they couldn't get like, you know, men their own age. Like, these are fine ass women like sleeping with these like kids, and it's usually like white women that you see on the news that are like messing around with school kids. So it's like, one, what type of game do these kids have that I didn't have back then? Because I'm kind of jealous. And two, what's going on with these chicks? That's you know, going for these young kids, like, and this kind of reminds me of that one argument we had when I first came here, where I think it was a show or two before. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by Nini. Where Shaka was saying, like, you know, maybe boys should cover up too. I'm sorry, I'm dead ass starting to think like that. Like, maybe even if you're at a football game or something like that, maybe boys should keep a shirt on, because some women are just so wild out here. But you're shaking your head. But I'll let you guys go.
Nah, I'm just saying because before Mike jumps on, 'cause I didn't show Mike this. I don't know if he even saw this, but before he jumps on you, because I'm pretty sure he gonna say something. I it is you call it game. So Nene says, is it really game or are these chicks just sick? No question about it. She's a cute white girl. She's fresh out of school. She could easily be had by even an older guy. Just any random older guy would love to take her and do whatever with her. But I see it as a complete mental breakdown that you have a 24-year-old adult. We're not even talking about a 16-year-old boy. Like, we're talking about a 13-year-old boy. I mean, we talk about kids being developed and stuff like that. I was at my high school's tailgate the other day, and the damn football players are bigger than me now, and I'm a grown man. So body wise, they're bigger, but those are still high school kids. I want to say when you're 13, you're probably still in middle school. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but
yeah,
bro, like let's put it this way. When you were 13, because you were closer to 13 than I was.
I'm sure.
When you were 13, did you have any older women? And somebody will say, oh, it's just an 11-year age difference, but she's still an adult. Like that's the issue here. Mm-hmm. Did you have any older women sending you pictures and trying to Nene saying 8th grade, probably just entering the 9th. Did you have any older women sending you pictures or trying to get intimate with you?
I wish, but no.
You know what? I love that answer, Kev, because it's all about the honesty. I love because we're not gonna sit here and act like we're not gonna. That's one thing we don't do over here. We not no frauds over here. We're not gonna sit there and be like, when we were young, we weren't looking at older women. We were looking at older women, but older women weren't acting on that. I told a story when I was at the boys club. My 18-year-old counselor used to always make passes at me, and it's not until I got older I realized what she was doing, and that's when I was like about 7 or 8. So I get it, but the fact is that these women now are just bold with it. And I'm not saying that it wasn't always going on, because it absolutely probably always was going on, but now we have social media, and now they just don't care. Like they legit just do not care.
Yeah, I do want to say one thing. Yeah, I used to joke about this a lot, but I used to joke about, like, steroids in the chicken is what's making these like kids so grown looking. Like that's definitely a I would say is a contributing factor, because a lot of these kids, yeah, like middle school, high school, they're bigger than me, and I'm thinking of like how I was back then, pudgy, had round features, like chubby cheekbones and stuff like that. I see some kids who are like 19-year-olds. They look like grown men. So I could definitely see like the food when it comes to that being a factor. And another saying that I usually say that I'm actually serious about is that I'm gonna let my go. It's not appropriate. Go ahead.
So my last thing, just for clarity though, you're not blaming the kid.
Oh no, I'm not blaming the kid. I'm blaming. How do I say this in a PG way? The
black culture.
Sometimes women.
Yeah, black culture.
It's not women. I should blame black culture. No, I'm kidding. No, sometimes women listen to the poom poom as opposed to their head. There's a saying I used to say. I can't remember. I'm gonna let mine go. But basically, what I'm trying to say is like the poom poom is the reason for a lot of bad decisions, but is a better way of saying it.
All right, go ahead, Mike.
I've decided that I'm gonna take a new lease. I'm no longer going to get upset at Trevor for jumping in front of me and taking all my points, having a whole conversation with Kevin using my points. I'm just going to be more creative and think of new points. That's what I decided I'm going to do. I'm going to make my brain sharper.
I like that.
Thank you, sir. I'm trying to be more positive. I think you're a part of it. So I'll say this. I caution you, gentlemen, on worrying about what the kids look like. Because just like when we're talking about little girls and how they dress, they're going to say we're attacking the victim. It doesn't matter what the kid look like. It don't matter how big his pecs are. It don't matter if he's 13 years old and do nothing but spend time in the gym. He's 13. That's all that matters. Everyone knows how I feel about age. I feel you touch anybody below the age, a certain age, which I'm not going to say because we already had this argument, I feel like you deserve to die. And 13 is below that threshold. There is absolutely, and I mean this with my whole body and soul, there is absolutely nothing any 13-year-old child on this planet can say to me to have sex with them. There is nothing any 13-year-old on this planet can say that is interesting enough to have any adult. And I mean the legal definition of adult, 18 and up. There is nothing a 13-year-old can tell you that is intriguing enough to make you want to be with them. They, number one, do not have life experience. Number two, I don't care how much hormones, I ain't never seen a sexy 13-year-old in my life. I ain't never. Even when I was 13, they wasn't sexy. She was just cute. When I was 15, I was messing with older chicks. My mom, I'll get my mother, she'll tell you the story. I was 15 and I was messing with this girl who was 22 that was at Florida State. That's kind of why I went to Florida State. We're not going to talk about it. And it's a great story, though. I'll tell it one day. But that was a different time, and it was wrong. It was wrong when it happened to me. But 13 and 15, I know it's supposed to be only 2 years, but it's leap years different mentally. Okay? A 13-year-old is in 7th grade, still trying to do the Jordan move, still trying to, algebra's hard. Why is X in math? That's what they doing. 15-year-olds is trying to smash. All of them. Now, don't get me wrong. I know nowadays 13-year-olds trying to smash too, but all 15-year-olds is thinking about smashing. Not all 13-year-olds thinking about smashing. It's a different age gap. It's a different time in life. This woman is a predator. And she's a double predator. I want to tell you why. Number one, she's a predator from the standpoint that she is an adult going after a child that is more than 10 years younger than her. That's crazy pants. Number two, she is a person who went to school to work and fix the brains of children.
There you go, right there.
Not tell me she didn't use her schooling to screw with this kid. She should get double time. When a psychiatrist mess with his patient and they catch him, they lock him up for that foolishness. You lose your license. This woman did it to a child. That's not just impressionable. That's a minor. You deserve double jail. Double jail. I don't know what double jail look like. Maybe they lock you under some angry butch lesbians with fake beards. I don't know what, but you need to get all that. Because if you touch my daughter at 13, I promise you, double jail gonna look different. It's gonna look like me, unshaved, with dandruff, and a whole lot of, positivity. Positivity. This woman is a double predator and needs to be locked up. I don't want to hear people talking about, oh, he's the man. He's the man. I am telling you that he's the man rhetoric dies off in a couple months. That trauma that he has inside his mind stays for a lifetime and maybe longer than that. Because like Dr. Mia says, trauma goes 3-4 generations. And you can't tell me all the women he tried to mess with when he becomes an adult aren't going to be affected by it. Because I know all the boys that were messed with by girls when we got older, we were promiscuous. We ain't take women seriously. We took women as conquests. I got shorty. Where you got? Y'all got shorty by the bed. Oh, you got her by the bed. I got the other girl by the bleachers. That's a mentality that was made by traumatized youth who were told what they were doing was the right thing to do by stupid other traumatized men. This is not what we're trying to continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Ricardo says exactly, Mike, is psychological grooming at its finest. Absolutely is. Maria G says in Uganda it's a death penalty. So
hello.
I'm assuming she means messing with younger kids, but hey, peace, Kevin just joined us. So so we're talking about, and I agree with everything you say. I mean, I agree with everything you say, but
Mike is right.
She's 24 again, and Kev made the point to Ogler when she came out. She's fresh out of college. What's in her mind? And I listen, two things I'm gonna tell you that I'm not on this. I'm not no teacher, and I'm damn sure not no psychologist. So you're not gonna get any. Hey, what I'm telling you is strictly opinion based, and it is as such. What's in her mind, or what do you think is in her mind that she's fresh out of college? Again, she just looks like any random white girl that you've seen during college football week. That
I think you're falling for the okie doke, sir.
Well, hold on. She looks like any random girl that I've seen watching Florida State versus any X team.
Hey, say the Gators. Don't put that on my school.
And she is, and I'm just trying to figure out like what's in her mind. Again, I'm not going to speculate anything because I don't do that, and I'm not having them come after my channel. No, you're not going to speculate. Absolutely not. I'm just trying to say, what's yeah, she is a predator. Absolutely, Maria. We're not talking. I'm not excusing her. That's what I want y'all to understand. What she's doing is predatory. I'm not excusing that. But what I am saying is, because the next video I'm going to show you is the exact same thing with a black girl. What is in her mind that she's going after a 13-year-old when she can get any other man?
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Trevor. All those gentlemen who were on that, what's that guy who got caught and got killed in prison for having a little island with the kids?
Oh, Epstein?
Yeah.
Oh.
All the men that went to Epstein Island were grown men with money.
Right.
They were men with money and means. Nobody says what was in their minds because we already we look at them as what they are. I don't look at this person or subhuman as what's wrong with her mind. Her mind is disgusting and sick. Nene said it right. I don't look at cancer cells and say, why are cancer cells cancerous? We just cut them out. I don't look at her and think, man, we got to save her. Just cut it out. I don't care what's going on in her mind. Just like I don't care what's going on in a 45-year-old man who messing with 2-year-old kids. I don't care. Touch mine, I'll kill you. Simple and plain. That's as far as I think about it.
Well, I know one thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, I know one thing. There's not too many like consequences for these type of stuff because we see these people pop up on both gender sides. And what's the worst that you're gonna get? You go to jail. If you're rich, you go in a nice suite type hotel, prison cell, right? Or some people just get off, like everybody on the Epstein list. So
look what Ricardo
situation.
Said.
Oh, hold on.
Yep.
And watch how she gets off scot-free due to her looks. Yeah. I mean, she's on $500,000 bond, but I mean,
hey,
she might get a GoFundMe. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She absolutely gonna get a GoFundMe.
If a judge can look at somebody and say you only touched her titty for 10 seconds, you couldn't have enjoyed it, then you know she gonna get off.
Yeah.
That's why you need to be like me. The world need to stop acting like I'm wrong. Sometimes you got to take stuff in your own hands. Touch mine. Tupac said it best. If you know the lyric, I ain't got to finish it. And just so y'all know, mangoes do go on my salad. They're delicious. Y'all should really try some. It's really good.
You got a tree?
No. I flirt.
Okay, so I wanted to make sure because somebody brought it up. So we do know that Florida, I just had to double check. Governor DeSantis signs law that will punish child sex offenders with the death penalty. So somebody's going to tell me how that's cruel and unusual punishment. But one thing I'm not going to be is hypocritical. I'm all for that. I just wanted to make sure and bring that up because I did see that come across my timeline. But before we move on to the next one, I want everybody to understand I am not absolving her for what she's doing. I think I started off by saying how screwed up she is. I'm just saying, and Mike was right. So when a man does it, and again, a lot of this, my daughter changed me. Because before my daughter, I would have been a guy that would have been able to give a guy. So before my daughter, if I saw a guy was accused for something and I didn't have any concrete proof on it or whatever, I'm probably going to be like, man, let's hear him out or whatever. You know, even though there might be some smoke there, let's still hear him out. Whereas now I'm just like, bro, there is no coming back from that. So I admit my view on this has changed a lot over these past 8 years. So pardon me if I have no grace for things like this. I just don't. But yeah, I can't. Again, one thing I don't do, I don't, you know, if I say something, it is right, because it does come off like with a guy, I'm ready to sentence him, but with the man, I'm like, I mean, with a woman, I'm like, oh man, I wonder what's in her mind. So I wasn't saying it like that to be like, oh man, I wonder what's in her mind. Maybe we should get her some treatment. I was just saying like, damn, what's in her mind? Because I'm looking at her and I'm like, damn, this girl could legit, she could go start an OnlyFans, if anything, if she wants sexual attention. I'm like that. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking like, oh man, what's in her mind? Let's get to the root of the problem and let's rehabilitate her. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just like, damn, what, like, why? A 13-year-old? You could get any jock from the school that you went through. You can get a bunch of dudes that'll jump on you and, you know, GB you if you want. Like, so it's like, so that's where my mindset is with that.
Nothing turns them on like destroying innocence.
You're right.
It's like one of the people who like to start fires, the arsonist. Nothing turns them on like watching something beautiful burn. Same mindset.
So let me, before we move on to the next one, let me so Maria G. Who is this Maria G?
Maria G is on fire today.
I want to say this like my second time. I think I first saw her on Tape Fist Politics. This is my first time seeing her over here. But shout out to you, Maria. Maria says not only that, she will find a grown-ass man to marry her in 5 years. Absolutely. Really? Ricardo says I'm all for DeSantis provision in the law. See this, Ricardo, but that's what I was telling Venkat.
I'm not.
See, that's what I was telling Venkat. You get hot and cold water out of the same faucet. DeSantis does some stuff that I love, but then he does some stuff that I hate. So you're never going to be 100% for somebody. That's why I'm very interested into hearing this spin show tomorrow. Because I know Venkat's going to make Trump seem like he's the worst person in the world, like he never did anything good, and I just can't wait to see it. It's going to be fantastic. Maria says these type of people have been studied; they can't be fixed. You sound like, well, yeah, you need to listen to Dr. Mia. Kevin says let's not discount how these folks use religious dogma to internally justify these behaviors.
Yeah.
Ricardo, is it sexual attention though? Is she seeking validation? Yeah, that Mike said that ruining innocence. Nene says she's probably had all that done to her toes sucked and sick in her mind, she just wanted more. Maria says I was here 2 weeks ago. Okay, yeah, they'd be all, yeah, just welcome to the society. I don't think you ever been greeted by me. I am Mr. Straight Talking Man with the greatest beard on YouTube.
You're welcome.
Ricardo says CYIF with Kevin J. All right, so let's get to this other one, because we're gonna get to one that Mike sent me, and then we're gonna get to one that Kevin sent me, and then we're gonna be done. But before that, I want to get to this, because this is something that I've been holding on. Wait, boy, ain't nobody said nothing about no toes suck. The hell. This is something I've been holding on to for a while, and kind of keeping in the vein of this show, because it seems like this is what we're going to be talking about tonight. This was something, y'all got to read it on the screen. this was something that I've been holding on to for a while, but I wanted to hear what you guys had to say about it. So this was taken from a Facebook group. Carl, let me get this comment down. So it says, am I tripping? My husband doesn't see anything wrong with walking around the house in his underwear around his 13-year-old daughter. She's only with us bi-weekly. I'm talking briefs, not boxers. He's in the kitchen cooking. And I let him know his daughter was coming. He should put on some clothes. And he said no. He sees nothing inappropriate about her seeing him. I feel some kind of way, and it's making me see him differently. Am I wrong? Kevin, is she wrong?
I don't know. Because I'm thinking of my dad. My dad used to do the same thing.
My dad did too.
Yeah, but
doesn't make it right though.
For real, yeah. I'm coming from a Caribbean aspect, and also I'm a guy, so like, you know, that's just something regular you see in the locker room. Around your daughter, I would say he's in the wrong. You know, she shouldn't be exposed to like parts at an early age, or even from your parent. Like as comfortable as you might be in your own house, you know, if she's not living with you, and the fact that, you know, she's a girl, you should at least cover up. You wouldn't want her to be exposed and be comfortable with other men in that certain attire. So it's like, why would you condition your daughter to be okay with that, at least at an early age? But go ahead.
So Keela says it's his daughter though. So Keela, I need to know if you're meaning that in a pro way or a negative way. Shout out to Moon Goddess, just entered the building. Shout out to One Love, just entered into the building. One Love, whenever you're ready, let me know, man. We got an open panel if you want to just go ahead and air it all out. So before I get the mic, Kevin said it right. We grew up in the Caribbean. Again, a lot of this stuff is, when I read these things, I'm like, boy, that ain't really new to me. I grew up, my daughter is 28 and I cook in boxer briefs. That's what Patrick says. All right, so I guess this is going to be an interesting topic. So before Mike goes off again, because we let Mike get the longer thing, but because he the rapper, he the lyricist in this whole thing. So my dad did this, but caveat, my dad did this when we were growing up in the 80s and the 90s. My dad didn't do this when he had a young daughter. Myself as a dad, I don't walk around the house in my underwear. If I ain't gonna say that part, right? So I was about to say something, but a real funny story before I give it to Mike. So we have the bathroom, we have our master bathroom, and then we have the other bathroom. So I use the other bathroom, and I got out the shower and I went in the room and I think I closed the door. Yeah, I had the door closed. My daughter has a tendency to just run in and push the door open, without knocking. So one day I'm in there and I'm getting ready to come do a show, trying to hurry up and get ready and everything. And she just busts in the door. And at the time, like, I'm bent over drying, and the horror that was on her face, like, she was like, oh, hell no. And she got out of there, because we teach our daughter that ain't cool. Like, you can't, you don't look at that type of stuff and things like that. So I'm curious to see, growing up, we're all Caribbean, grew up in a Caribbean home. I don't think there's a Caribbean person that could tell me that their dad didn't do this, but that was in the 80s. I'm talking about now in 2023. Will you walk around the house in your underwear? Go ahead, Mike.
All right, I want to take this a little different direction. First and foremost, I was raised by Jamaican people. So I've walked in the bathroom, my mom on the toilet, just sitting there with nothing on, and had a whole 2-minute conversation with her about what food needed to be taken out, what needed to be seasoned, and don't let it burn, and make sure you pay attention. And I'm looking her dead in the eyes, ignoring her naked because it's my mom. Ew. And then, oh yes, ma'am, and then leave. I've been the man. I've been the 22-year-old who was helping a girl I was dating with her child. And if you walked in my house anytime when the sun was out and it was just me and the kid, I got on boxers, she got on Pampers, and we just watching TV, chilling in the house. Like, that's just what we did. And her mother come home, she's like, oh my God, y'all always naked. Like, anyone that's ever been in my house know you got to give me 5 minutes before you show up, because I got to put clothes on. I hate clothes. But I don't think that's what's at the heart of this. I've gotten to a place in my life where I've looked on my responses and my defensiveness and things that, as a man, I just go, no, that's what we do, so that's what it is. And I've realized that's not good. Now, whether or not the daughter sees it away, whether or not the daughter is looking weird, because my daughter's seen me in my box. My daughter's walked in the bathroom on me butt naked, and she'll look right at me like, Daddy, I can't find my eraser. And I am trained to not freak out, because when they were born, the big thing was, if you freak out, they're going to think it's nasty. If you freak out, they're going to think it's nasty. So I'm trained to just look at her and go, baby, you know, when you come in the bathroom, you have to knock. She goes, oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. I'm like, your eraser's over there. Okay. So that's just how I am. But men, I'm going to say this to the men in the group and on the panel. If you choose a partner to be with, if you choose a woman that you have decided is the person you want to work this thing called life out with, okay? If there's something that you've done all your life and you've done for, you know, however long, and it's just something you've done and she don't like it, stop. If it don't bother, if it don't hurt you, stop it. Like, let's be real. I used to tell my ex all the time that she would be like, oh, why you leave a cup on the counter? That don't make any sense. And I would tell her, if it bothers you, wash the damn cup. If it doesn't, leave it there. I'll wash it when I'm done. And she didn't understand what I was trying to tell her. What I'm trying to tell her is the same thing I'm going to tell this guy. If it doesn't hurt you to do something to make your partner feel more at ease, to make your partner feel better, just flipping do it. It ain't that big a deal. If she don't like the fact that you walking around in your boxers because she sees you as a sexual being, she sees you as her man, and she don't want you looking sexual around your child, put clothes on, my guy. It ain't that hard. We all got play clothes from when we was little raggedy shirts we don't wear anymore. Put something on before you go cook. It ain't that. If it make the woman you chose to be your wife more comfortable, grow a pair, and do what she asks you. It don't bother you. I promise you, everything that you deal with that you think is annoying with her, she's dealing with something that's annoying with you. That's the relationship. Take the annoying parts, say, I accept you because you make me happy in other areas, and just move it out the way. If she wants you to put some boxes on, and she didn't even trip. She said, you got on briefs. That means the print showing. She wants you to put on, my nigga, put on boxers. It ain't that big a deal. Put on boxers and some shorts. My grandmother make you put on full clothes. Because she's like, who you out here trying to impress with your little bird chest? She just wants you to put on boxers, my guy. That's the problem. The problem ain't whether the kid looking at you, it ain't nothing. Because I'm pretty sure your daughter ain't looking at you that way. Because I can tell y'all a story right now how my ex's daughter saw my penis, and it's the worst thing that ever happened to me. I woke up to some terrible stuff, but I handle it like an adult because that's what I am. But it's about, you're in a union. You're in a union. This is the person you claim. If they're uncomfortable, make them comfortable. Grow up. Don't just, man, that's what I did my whole life. Well, that ain't what you do no more, my nigga. Man up. Put some boxes on. Easy, easy peasy. And I'm done. Go ahead. Back to my mango salad.
All right. Damn, I'm trying to find my bomb sound effect, but boom. So, but there's a
check.
Yeah, I know, right? There's a tremendous amount of friggin' comments. Like, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. This was not today's show. I promise you. Like,
But there's something different.
I legit had something totally different in mind, but hey, it is what it is. You know, plans change, pal. But let me read some of these comments. So Ricardo says, listen, I had a coworker who said she walked in her birthday suit in front of her grown-ass 17-year-old son. I think that's weird.
Of course it's weird. But that's
one love says my family was at a social service celebration for resource adopted parents, and my 13-year-old want the predator. Wait, and my 13-year-old want that predator caseworker. I'm listening in, and I will share the rest of my stories in the comment section. Moon Goddess says, I'm not from the islands, but my grandfather did. We as kids never thought anything. Absolutely. Like when my dad used to do it, I just thought it was weird. Though I'm like, damn, why the hell you don't put no clothes on? And my dad would, well, who could figure out what he say? This is my house. I do whatever I want to do. That's what they tell you. Ricardo says parents have to teach. Wait, say that again, Kev.
He said good.
That's a good argument.
Yeah, that's what my dad. To this day, my dad probably would do that. But again, he has a young daughter now, so he doesn't do it. But parents, you had to teach your kids the phrase "Are you decent?" before entering the house. One Love says these young adult women and female predators. Oh, these young adults women are female predators in my book. So she's saying they're female predators. Moon Goddess says I tell people to trust their instinct. So Kevin J puts up an interesting comment. So while I think there should be some boundaries set, could it be a moment where we're putting an adult point of view on something that the 13-year-old isn't thinking about? Kevin, you're absolutely right. But again, as I always state on this show, the majority of the things that we play, you will have very little context. So it's up to us now to try to put that context in. So let me put it back up though, just before I go to the rest of the comments. So she says, am I tripping? So she's asking the question to a unanimous group. Am I tripping? My husband doesn't see anything wrong with walking around the house in his underwear around his 13-year-old daughter. So apparently it's something he does all the time. She's only with us bi-weekly, so that she's not even with them all the time. I'm talking briefs, not boxers. So to Mike's thing, if it was boxers, she probably wouldn't care, because boxers, you wear a tank top, a t-shirt, whatever. He's in the kitchen cooking, and I tell him, and I let him know his daughter was coming. He should put on some clothes, and he said no. He sees nothing inappropriate about him seeing him, and she says she feels some type of way. So let me get back to these comments, because they are rolling in hot and heavy. But that's a fantastic point from Kevin, because the 13-year-old, like Mike said, I doubt the 13-year-old is even thinking anything sexual. She ain't looking like, oh damn, look at my dad. No, but again, in my mind, I have a young girl, and my daughter's not thinking that way, but I have to think that way. I gotta be like, well, I'm protecting her from X, and that's just how it is in my head. Shout out to MD. Yeah, y'all make sure and put that free MD hashtag in the chat with the eagle wings. Moon Goddess says communication. Yep, they got to start talking. One Love says behaviors tell a story. Absolutely. Don't excuse them nor discredit these predators' behaviors. See, I got to talk to this young lady for real, because she got there's some stories behind this avatar. Shout out to Bones in the building. Bones, I will be done by 8:00. So if you want to come over so we could do that, be here by like 8:05.
I know what you're talking about.
Ricardo says, so do we all think and feel it's inappropriate for men to walk around about in boxers or briefs? So I think Mike said it perfectly. Boxers, like I don't wear boxers anymore, just because, I feel like boxers made me feel like I'm Fred Sanford or something. But if I did wear boxers, I wouldn't see a problem, as long as, my thing ain't falling out the hole or whatever. But the boxer briefs, come on, man. We know boxer briefs. Boxer briefs are basically underwear. They're, and it's showing your print and everything. To me, I just think is is weird. Moon Goddess says these are conversations to have when dating before the sex begins. Shout out to Moon Goddess for that one. Oh man. Oh man, there's a lot of questions here. Ricardo says discussions and communications are imperative, folks. Moon Goddess says put boxers on. Maria says, I remember the 70s and 80s, dads only owned 3 to 4 pair of pants.
These are good pants.
Shout out to Eddie Israel. Y'all be here. Y'all make sure and be here this Thursday. Eddie Israel will be doing his first solo presentation over here on the Straight Talk Society. Are African Americans really African? Y'all make sure and tune into that. And he will allow y'all to come up and question him after his presentation. I think I just put that out there on there. Jackie McCall, shout out to Jackie McCall. Jackie McCall says, what's up, brother Trevor? Even if it's your house, put some pants on for respect. Knowing these children watch everything, they mimic what they see. Again, I don't think anything anybody's saying is wrong here. This is one of them things where my dad did it. Like, that's what I could keep going back to. But when my dad had me and my brother in the house, he didn't care. When my dad had a daughter, he put some pants on. I mean, and that's what it was. And I don't think for 1 minute my dad ever thought anything sexual about it or anything. I know my dad never thought anything sexual about it or anything, but he was just like, hey, it's my daughter. Shout out to those of y'all that's watching. Please make sure and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And if you do feel so inclined, you could break us off with a super chat to support this work that we're doing over here. Kevin J says, if the daughter is there bi-weekly, could the issue be she has to deal with another parent? Wrong to create an acrimony with them, Kevin. But Kevin, hey, ever since Kevin came over to the dark side, Kevin been on fire, man. He done got out of that pandering and all that stuff. Bones says, I have a 9-year-old stepdaughter. I make sure to always have on gym shorts. Yeah, and it ain't because you ever listen. You know, if you're gonna be my homie, you can't mess with kids, and you can't be a deadbeat dad. So ain't nobody I hang around has that in their mind, like, oh man, let me do this so my child could look at me. No. But like Jackie said, like the kids, they mimic everything. So it's like, who knows, you walking around like that. Now your kid gonna be like, how many movies have we seen? Wait, let me get this question from Eddie. Damn, there's a lot of questions. I believe in everyone in the house being modest, just a sign of respect. I absolutely agree with that. How many movies have we seen where kids, where women will be just walking around in bra and panties? Me and Mike chilling. We playing PlayStation. I'm kicking his ass in Madden, and then all of a sudden, you know, my woman come in the room with bicycle shorts and a halter top on. And when I'm looking at her about to check her, so I can use that as an example because I know that would never happen. Then I'm about to check her, and then she's like, "What? Boy, this ain't nothing but what they say, you know, Mike, what they say, what, this ain't nothing but just some shorts. Why are you tripping?" Because you can go back to this and like, well, damn, my daddy used to walk around like this and nobody said anything. My mama used to walk around like this and nobody said anything. Now when I'm doing it, now you're trying to make a big deal out of it. Come on, man. Who is this? Life, liberty, and the pursuit. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of the American dream. No standards for treatment of women, though, huh? You'd have to tell me what you mean.
What I said.
Yeah, you'd have to tell me what you mean by that, because we've basically been saying that the whole time. But yeah, feel free to let me know what you mean by that.
My whole point was respect your woman.
Yeah. All right, y'all got anything else before I move off of this one?
Nah, somebody
put some clothes on.
Yeah, just put some clothes on. Listen,
stop fighting over small stuff. Grow up.
We've been doing Man Talk Monday for at least 4 months, and everything always come back to this: put some clothes on, stop showing your privates, stop walking around advertising all your goods, have some morals about yourself, stop giving your body to any and everybody. Stop being whores. Like we've always been consistent. We've never changed our message. The delivery may change, but we've never changed our message. So
I'm trying to mature.
All right. So okay. I got what? How many? Okay, we still got some time. So you know what, Mike? I think I'm gonna hold the Trevor Bauer one till next week, just because I want Wayne to be here when I do that.
I can tell you what Wayne's gonna say.
Yeah, that's why. But these type of stories, you want to hear Wayne on this. So yeah, and we'll devote a good amount of time to it. I did want to get to this. This was an older one that I had that I did want to get to before we get to the main story that Kevin sent me. And again, this is not the way I plan to go, but this is the way we're going. All right, hold on. Let me get the screen up. Wait,
if it includes man bashing, I'm in. No,
wait, hold on. So hold on. Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Happiness says you said your homies can't be deadbeat dads or pedos, but I apologize. I didn't hear anything before. Yeah, it's all good. I mean, yeah, well, welcome to the channel, though, by the way. So let me bring up this next one, since we're just keeping in the vein of what we've been talking about. And guess what? We almost done. We got one more story after this, but the Trevor Bauer story we will do next week, just because Mike and Wayne gonna have a field day on that, and I'd love for those two to be here on that while Kev tries his hardest to cape for it, because I know he will. Let me know when you guys see this.
Looking for my cape.
Yeah, I see it.
All right, so the headline reads: MS teacher charged. I say I don't want to sound dumb. I'm assuming that's Mississippi. No, because then it would have just said it. But MS teacher charged with sexual assault of student 13. They also exchanged 2,200 text messages, and she bought him a handgun for his birthday. So, keeping in vein of what we talked about earlier, here we go.
Filed today, prosecutors say that then 33-year-old Taisha Bolden in Brown Deer started texting with her 13-year-old student. They say that progressed to a sexual relationship, a gun as a birthday present, and now serious charges. A now 14-year-old says he first met Taisha Bolden last October when she became his 8th grade teacher. That's according to court documents, alleging their relationship went beyond the Pilgrim Lutheran classroom. Investigators say between late May and late July, the two exchanged a whole lot of messages, more than 2,200. In those messages listed in the criminal complaint, Bolden acknowledges that the teen is a minor and that she feels guilty. But in one message, Bolden writes, quote, "I want to see you as often as possible, and the rest will just happen." This picture of Bolden is included in the criminal complaint against her. A selfie prosecutors say she sent the teen. Prosecutors say Bolden also sent photos we wouldn't be able to show you. The victim told a Brown Deer police detective that Bolden sent him nude photos in early 2023. He was 13 at the time. In June, right before school was out, the teen says Bolden picked him up and they had sex in a Brown Deer park. In late June, for his 14th birthday, the victim says Bolden bought him a gun, something prosecutors say they were able to trace and confirm. The boy told investigators the relationship with the teacher ended in late July when Bolden refused to buy him another gun. The story continues for Bolden. If convicted of both felony charges, she faces more than 40 years in prison. Complaint.
All right, so we're equal opportunity over here. I saw that Eddie Israel put that in the chat. I didn't know what he was referring to, but I will say this: I could laugh at myself. My retarded self said Mississippi. Bones put it in their middle school. I don't know why I wasn't thinking that. I don't know what the hell was going on with me. But hey, I had a dumb moment. But okay, so the first story we showed was a 24-year-old white woman having sexual relationship with a 13-year-old kid in a foster care program. And now we have a 34-year-old teacher having a sexual relationship with a 13-year-old student. And she bought him a handgun. All the sexting, all the text messages, all that, and she broke it off when he asked her to buy another gun. The one thing I want to say, if y'all caught, because it wasn't in the story with the first one, the news reporter said that if found guilty, she faces like 40 years in prison. Where did they say anything about the white girl in the beginning? As far as if she's found guilty for what she does, what she's going to get or nothing like that. They never mentioned that. You muted, Mike. You muted. You muted.
Don't go any further. You're going to take one of my points.
No, but but hold on, because I'm saying like they never mentioned it. Like and I read you everything. I didn't skip over anything. They Kev, Kev, what you got on this one, Kev? What you got on this one?
I'm not caping. I guess
no, you can't cape on this. There's no way.
Yeah,
no, hold on, because earlier you were saying that you wished that would have happened to you, where when you were younger you could have pulled a teacher. So yeah, you might start caping.
Oh, I'm talking about for myself. No, I'm not talking about other kids. No, I think it's wrong all around. But yeah, it's when I see these situations, it sometimes it feels like these women are looking for like somebody or something to fit a hole in their life, which is like a masculine
is the king of cape.
A masculine figure, because there's no reason why you should be looking for these things or looking for anything in a minor, right? And it really does make you think, because it happens in schools, it happens in like sometimes their own homes, where like they're looking for a masculine figure in like their own kids. In this situation though, I now that you mention it, it is noticeable that she got the charge and not the other person, even though it's the same type of crime.
We'll talk about it. Don't ruin my point.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to be creative about this, but yeah, like I said, it's just wrong all around. It's wrong all around. And yeah, I don't know, but like I said, there's not really too many consequences for these type of things to happen. So luckily Florida is starting it. Maybe further down the line, like there'll be these type of consequences in other states, and then we'll stop seeing more cases like this, because it's so easy to run off scot-free, or at least not have too severe of a consequence when it comes to like these serious situations, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. Now,
so hold on, Mike. Before you go, let me just read these two comments real quick.
If you say my point, I'm gonna cut you out.
So Moon Goddess says, lock her up now. Lock her up now and charge her to the fullest extent of the law. Peace to see Media Canada. Joining us from Canada, I guess. Peace to you. Ricardo says, Lord have mercy. What's wrong with these grown ass adult predators, man? Eddie Israel says that this lady is sick in that video. Kevin J says other states already have these type of laws. That the issue is we're starting to see more women offenders. And Ricardo says, Lil Kev, these people need to find a hobby. Damn, man, the woman needs to get a battery operated boyfriend. Then all right, go ahead and rock out, Mike.
All right. First, I would like to state that only Kev can say he's not going to cape for someone and then immediately start caping for him. I've never seen that in my life. Immediately, I'm not going to cape, and then immediately goes to, well, there must be something wrong. Something had to happen to her. Somebody's not there in her life. She needs a masculine guide. No, sir. She's a sick pedophile, twisted word that I'm not allowed to say. That's all it is. That's it. She don't need no help. She don't need some guy there's not some guy that would have showed up and all of a sudden the age range of her libido would have jumped 10 years. No, she's a sicko. Simple and plain. Number two, this is why I can't stand the government. Because the only reason this chick is getting that time is because of the gun. Don't fool yourselves. This ain't about hurting the kid. This ain't about how could she hurt little Matthew. This is about product being transferred to a minor. That's all this is. They don't want guns in the wrong hands.
That's why I didn't say nothing, because I knew you was going to bring that up.
I'm mad as hell. This is all they care about, because you know who they rock with. Their Second Amendment boo. And if a kid got a gun, they know that's going to ruin what they got going. So they only reason they mad is how dare her give him one of our beautiful polished pistols. That's all they care about. It ain't got nothing to do with the kid or the woman. If this woman didn't get him a gun, she'd be doing 5 years in the hospital and be right back on the street touching Matthew. I promise you. I promise you. All of them need to be locked up. George Carlin, no, I'm not going to do that. Somebody get mad when I bring up comedians. But George Carlin, no, bump it. George Carlin had a great bit where he said we need to just take 4 states and border them off with some wires and gates, and then just lock all the sick people in them, and then just tape them all the time and put it on a new TV show. Like, that's how there's nothing we can do for these people. I don't know why y'all want to feel bad for her. I don't know why you want to worry about what masculinity she had. Hey, I haven't had good femininity in my life for a minute now. I'm not down at the daycare looking at girls in barrettes. Okay? It ain't no little girl gonna save me because I don't have femininity around me. Go get an escort, go get a girlfriend, or sit down in the room and get a toy. Simple and plain. I don't want to hear it when y'all caping for these women. I'm not playing. Because, hey, if you think I go ham, if a dude touch my daughter, please believe it's the same slice of meat if a woman touch my daughter. Same slice of meat.
Okay, so we're not gonna twist my words.
No, real quick, Kev. I just want to read this. I just want to read this comment, and then you can rock out. Shout out to Michelle for joining us. She says she forgot. She almost forgot. Hey, Michelle, how could you forget about Man Talk Monday? Come on, man. That is the greatest show on YouTube on Monday. Maria G says, I'm really starting to like this Maria G person. I don't know who it is. Remember, a percentage of modern college educated women are.
Yep.
Hold on, because this might be the first time ever somebody
member get a bomb. She need a Yes,
My
sir.
goodness, Maria said, remember, a percentage of modern college educated women are raised to hate men. Another way of destroying men. Sister, you get it. That's all I'm gonna say. You get it. Yeah, Ricardo saying facts. Mike, speak on it, bruh. Kevin J says, Mike, doing that doesn't give them the power to imbalance their crave. Yeah. Hey, and Kevin, we're going to do your video next. So if you want to come up to expound on it in the last bit that we have, feel free. Go ahead, Kev.
Yeah, I want to chit chat with Auntie Kev, but yeah, we're not. Yeah, we're not gonna twist my words, Mr. Mike. I don't believe I did. No, what I believe in is cause and effect. So I don't make any excuses for anybody's actions or behavior. They deserve whatever consequences they get. But what I do also believe is cause and effect, right?
Okay.
There is cases where people are molested when they're younger, sexually assaulted when they're younger, and they end up reflecting it in their actions, right? So that is a reason why I'm wondering, okay, what's going on with this young lady? Because maybe she was in a situation to where the adult in her life was the issue, and now she's reflecting that in minors. Not to say it's wrong. I mean, sorry, not to say it's right, but there is a cause and effect to everything.
Mike, before you get, just let me just ask this one thing. So, say that the guy, the woman name wasn't Tykesha, it was Terrence. Would you feel the same way?
In Florida's with Florida's law, he should die. But there is a cause and effect why he's doing that. Go ahead,
sir. I have been on this show with you for a couple months now, and every single time something happens with the male, and I brought up cause, you tell me he's a man. I don't want to hear that. Where is the same energy?
Whoa.
for this adult woman because I don't want to hear that.
Oh yeah, she should die too,
Energy, sir.
according to Florida state law.
But
Pardon
they're
me?
not in Florida though.
Oh, she's not. Okay.
No.
Well, either way, I don't like pedophiles in general. So,
But if it was a male pedophile, you wouldn't even be worrying about what happened to homeboy when he was a kid. When we talk about
Well,
R.
that's
Kelly,
different.
you weren't saying, "Oh man,
that's
I heard."
different.
How is it different?
Well, I still believe in the cause and effect because even with R. Kelly, you know, he was molested and taken advantage of by his own
But when we
family.
were talking about R. Kelly, you ain't have no kind of salve for him. You ain't have no kind of grace.
Yeah, I'm only human. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
You're
You're supposed to be Kev. Do better.
But
I'm only human.
But Kev, that is a good point though. Because I mean, you do it all the time though. I mean, here you have a woman that bought this kid a pistol. You got 2,200 text messages where she sent them nude photos. She was gonna buy him another gun also, but that's why she broke up the relationship. They had sex multiple times, and you want to try to find the root cause versus just saying, "Hey, she's a terrible person." You know, face the consequences. But if it was Terrence doing the same thing to a 13-year-old girl, then we're gonna throw the book at him and put him in the gas chamber, correct? Which I agree with, by the way. Which I agree with 100%. But I'm just saying,
with him.
I'm just saying, let's be even all across the board.
Well, we haven't had a Terrence situation, so I can't really agree or disagree.
What?
We haven't talked about any men. We mostly talk about women.
But Mike, go ahead.
Yeah.
You how you pap and cape at the same time? I'm confused. You are talented, sir.
I know what I'm talking about. Damn it.
But you know what? I want everybody to think about this. This is one thing nobody said. What if that 13-year-old boy used that gun and shot somebody?
That'd be a problem.
I bet you wouldn't worry about the cause then.
What are you talking about? I blame the culture all the time.
No, he would no, Mike. He would have said that it's black male culture and that black boy.
Not black male culture.
He's a product of his environment.
Hey, but you know what I'd have told him?
Yeah.
You know what I'd have told him? Nobody in there was black because the woman was white and we never saw the boy. So what you talking about now?
No, that was a black girl. No, the one we just showed, that was a black girl.
That was a white woman. You are disease ill.
No, that was a black girl.
That woman, she was that yellow?
Yeah, that was a black girl.
Well, sir, I rebuke her because that ain't look like no black woman. I rebuke that. No, sir. Ugh.
Oh, side comment. You can tell they snatched off her wig when she made that picture.
So hold on, Eddie Israel.
That was a black woman. Hey, you gotta send that to the group chat.
Yeah, I'll send
that picture.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Bro.
Oh, Moon God is calling you a colorist, but I want to get back. Eddie Israel. Eddie, hey, shout out. Speaking of sidebar, hold on, sidebar, because I'm not even going to do it, but we did do a show on colorism of like 2 weeks ago, so y'all make sure and go check that out. We had a fantastic conversation with the women to pour your heart out. I want to get to this comment from Eddie Israel. It says it's all about perception. I can't tell you how many times I was praised for messing around with an older woman, but saw guys getting shamed, getting shunned, and even, arrested for doing the same. It's sad. Yeah.
What I said that earlier.
Ricardo says, Lil Kev, we're not going to give a woman a pass for being a predator. Maria says 4%? Yeah, 4% of molested children grow up to become predators. Kevin J says, yeah, she was a black woman. So
picture over.
Yeah. I'll send it to you, Mike, but yeah, it's a black girl. So I'm gonna put this link in the chat for Kevin to come on. Kevin, in case you wanna join for the next one that we're gonna do, because it's your story, and then we're almost done. Y'all please make sure and tune in tomorrow night for Tape Fist Politics. And it's funny how Mike and Venkat have been ignoring me all day about my NBA show suggestion. That's probably their way of telling me they don't want to do it.
You messaged Venkat. You didn't ask me anything. Don't come at me.
But I even said it on here. Well, I think, Mike, that I think that you and Venkat should do an NBA show because of y'all extensive knowledge on the league and your actual love for basketball. I only watch basketball come playoff time, and all I do is compare it to the 80s and 90s. So I'm no good for that type of show. It's just like with the MMA show, those guys love it and have a passion for it. I just was doing it because I had the ability to do it. I think that you and Venkat should spearhead that show and make it your own, and y'all could do it like a weekly thing or however y'all want to do it. Because look, you had a Dame talking about Dame Dash, you have the Dame Lillard thing and nobody's talking about it. There's a bunch of other trades that went down. Your Celtics just got better. Nobody's talking about it. Celtics just got some Drew Holiday, I want to say.
My Celtics, Dame.
I thought you was a Celtic fan.
Where am I from, bro?
I don't know, man. I thought you was for some reason I thought you was a Celtic. You know why? Because we had a conversation one time, and I think you told me you liked whoever the guy is from the Celtics. You were talking about how they gonna go and get all this money as a free agent. So I just thought that you were saying
that bread. Hey,
yeah, I thought that you were saying that he was that you're a Celtic fan. But either way, yeah, I think y'all will do a real good basketball show. I can't do it, obviously, because my heart's not in it. Look at Maria G says, did you cover the Strickland versus Adesanya fight? Absolutely, Maria. We do a show over here called Straight Talk MMA by the MMA brothers, Zay and Bones. They did a fantastic preview and post-show coverage. Those shows are only an hour, so go look into the archives, go to the main page of the channel and click the playlist that says UFC, or one of the moderators may just put the link to it in the chat. Click on the playlist that says UFC shows, and you can find it right there. We've been covering UFC since March of this year, the John Jones versus Gane fight. So yeah, we do everything over here. We do football. So yeah, Mike, but that if Venkat wants to do it, man, I think that would be a good thing, because I listen to y'all talk basketball and y'all really have a passion for it. Whereas with me, I only care about playoff time. And when I say playoff, I mean the championship. So I don't care about it. Like, I really don't. I don't have it in me. I can't. I think y'all will be really good on it. So get with Venkat if you want to do it. I mean, I don't know where we'll squeeze it in, but we could always find room for stuff. So let's get to this last story. Kevin J, if you are coming on, let me know, because we're about to get to your story. And guess what? Then we are done. Yeah, Maria, I don't know. I mean, you said that you were over here 2 weeks ago, but we cover everything over here. Basketball, football. I do a Dolphins post show after every Dolphin game. We have a real family therapist on the channel. She will be back with Straight Talk Therapy sessions October 27th. Yeah, we do everything over here. You got Tape Fist Politics tomorrow. We have an all-women panel entitled Pour Your Heart Out. It's something for everybody over here on this channel. So yeah, just check out the main page of the channel, and you could go through all the playlists and you can see. And I am going to create a backup YouTube channel just in the event that, Kevin saying the panel got it. Oh, get out of here, Kevin. Just in the event that they try to come after me over here, I will be creating a backup just so we could get that, so we won't be bothered. Let's just put it that way. So let's get into this final story, man. We're making
the ladies on Friday, whenever Queen Nene jumps on Pour Your Heart Out, they come through for the ladies with a little touch of class that I try to run into and destroy every chance I get.
Yeah, Mike is a Knicks fan. Listen, I thought MS meant Mississippi. I've been having a brain fart tonight. I don't know what the hell going on with me tonight, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, Mike is a Knicks fan, but like when you hear Mike and Venkat talk basketball, like you really could tell that they love basketball. Like the way you hear me talk about wrestling and the Dolphins, like that's what they do. Like you'd be like, oh damn, they need to be talking about this on a weekly basis. I just can't. I can't die. I got nothing. I got nothing. So let me bring up this next video, and this is gonna be it. warning ahead of time. I don't think there were any F-bombs dropped tonight, but I think this video is full of it. So just warning ahead of time.
Kevin video?
Yeah.
Because it's full of it?
Yeah. It should be.
That was a jab, Kevin. You ain't got nothing to say?
Up.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah. Don't talk trash back. It ain't fun.
I think it's a dichotomy that we don't take into consideration of the baby.
Hold on. Let me.
She looking fly, by the way. Go ahead with
your
screen, boo boo.
Yeah, she black women, man.
For real. That's all you had to say. You ain't got to say.
They be glowing.
Yeah, black women. Hold on. Let's hear what MD got to say about black women.
Ain't nothing like a dark chocolate woman.
That's right, MD. That's right. Ain't nothing like a dark chocolate woman, man. Black women be winning. All right, so this is gonna be the last video of the night. Let's go ahead and get into this. Oh boy.
I think it's a dichotomy that we don't take into consideration of the baby boy effect, especially when we're dealing with mothers who have sons and were grooming their sons and raising their sons independently in the home before another male party was introduced. And a lot of times we don't talk about how women date their sons. And single mothers oftentimes do everything but fuck their sons. And they have that emotional stability that is built within the home. And that's the reason why I say, you know, a single mother is a fuckboy factory. And the reason why I say that is because it's not that a fuckboy can't be birthed from a two-parent home, although it is, you know, it's an abnormality, you know, it's an anomaly of sorts that you would encounter a significant amount of subpar men that have been raised in destructive two-parent homes. But single women become so emotionally dependent upon their children, specifically their sons, that they will convince themselves that they don't need a man until they encounter the space from being alone to genuinely being lonely. And now we're having to deal with the imbalance that was set in the household because this boy is not your son, he is your man. When you want to cuddle, you go lay down with them. When you want some emotional time, you go watch movies with them. You touch them and you rub them and you massage them. And you do these things, everything that you would do to a man to suffice that. A lot of women even dress their sons like the man that broke their heart.
This is tough.
Well,
but you are 100% right.
So I think that that's the dichotomy. Like, I'm not saying that your children shouldn't have weight in your relationship, but what I am saying that we have to look at it from an integral space. Like, why do they feel this way? Especially if you're dealing with a man-child who is uncomfortable with your new partner, and this man-child is not necessarily a little boy anymore. Like me, I have an adult son. I have a 21-year-old son. So they're and it's just been us for a very long time.
All right. Let me because I know I know we got a lot to say here. So hold on. Let me get Mr. Time Clock up. And we're gonna go ahead and ride out the rest of the show with this video. And I see Cliff says laugh out loud, which means Cliff has something that he wants to say. Cliff, the link is in the chat if you want to come up here and get in on this conversation. I'm gonna put 30 minutes on the clock. Kev.
With this video, I want to definitely say she's caping. She's definitely.
Did I send this one to you guys ahead of time?
Yeah, you did.
Not to me.
I thought I did.
Oh, you didn't get it? Was in a chat, wasn't it? Group chat.
You know what? I was trying to and I couldn't. Oh, that's what happened.
Hey, I like to argue, so I don't need time.
Okay. Well, I want to say she is definitely right. We do have to normalize men being in the house because at the end of the day, life is about balance, you know, yin and yang, good and bad, light and dark, man and woman. You can't replace you can't replace what a feminine energy does in the house, and you can't replace the masculine energy that's in the house. And the fact that men are built the way I see life is men are built for the physical aspects of life, to where you know, we're built to struggle. We're built to overcome. We're built to conquer. We're built to protect. We're built to lead. That's why I'm more of a harsher critic when it comes to weakness as opposed to other people. Not to say that you can't have weak moments, but when it's constant, when it's like things you can fix, when you're the problem with all of your life situations, it's like, okay, well, you need to suck it up or just go somewhere with that. But we're built to keep the family together and to lead it to greatness. And that feminine energy is there to nurture spiritually and push people and give us like purpose. Like life is so much better when you have a woman that gives you purpose. So, and it's the same with a man. A woman is there to be the helpmate, to nurture, to push forward, and um to be a reflection of the man. So when I keep seeing these situations where people can't learn how to wrap it up or wait for the right person, or they want to get on the internet and complain about their baby moms or complain about their baby dads, it's like, well, why you are the reason why you're in that situation. You decided to open your legs. You decided to sleep with a chick who's for the streets. Um, and when it comes to women who choose these type of dudes, it's like it at the same time it's your fault. Like it, and I know you want to have that masculine figure in the house, but um when you're not getting that at the home, that's where I see the men's fault. When I see it in the streets, it's like, okay, there's a common denominator, and that's you, and it's the guy you're choosing, and that's why you're in a situation where you have to rely on your kid to be that emotional support to push you forward, when you could take your time and find a guy that'll give you all those things that you need, more and then some. But yeah, I'll let you go. I'll let you go before I keep ranting.
So hold on, because he finally brought it all the way back around full circle. Because I'm sitting here like Kev not saying anything about what she was talking about, but then you eventually brought it back. The one thing I do want to push back on you, because again, you do that Kevin thing. You said that men should just suck it up. Like why is that always the go-to when it comes to men? Like, we always just got to suck it up. Everything, we just got to suck it up. We can't have emotion about anything. We can't have a feeling about anything. Just the weight of the world could be on our shoulders. Not your man. Just suck it up. Suck it
Well,
up.
let me ask you this. Let's say I'm the leader of this podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every time I come on this podcast, I'm complaining, I'm crying, like, I don't even know why Mike keeps saying I'm sensitive. Would you feel confident in like the direction of this podcast?
Yo, the way your voice did that thing, bro.
See, but you can't use that as an example, because then I would just look at the analytics, and there's people that love that type of stuff. So you can't use this as an example versus leading a household or just being a man. Men lead in suicide, right? And you know why, right? Because people keep telling them all their lives that they just had to suck it up. You can't, I mean, God forbid anything go wrong with you. You just got to suck it up, and then we end up dying. I always like to use this.
Mm-hmm.
That's a reason why when you go to family reunions, you never see grandpa. Like you see big mama, you see great grandmama, you see all the women in the family, all the great aunts and stuff like that. But when you look at the older men, they're either dead or they're sitting in the corner in the wheelchair needing people to take care of them, because they've sucked it up so long. They died in silence the entire time, because everybody was telling them, what do people tell you all the time? Big boys don't cry. Okay, go ahead, because you still want to have a conversation. All right, go ahead.
Never fine. So when I say suck it up, I don't mean like keep everything inside until you like explode. I'm saying suck it up as in not complain only about your problems. Do the action to actually fix it. Which would be therapy or talking to somebody or whatever you got to do. But there, but besides kids, I'm pretty sure a lot of people wouldn't care if a guy cried in front of them if it's something that's petty, like if a guy stubbed his toe. Like you wouldn't you just walk away because you wouldn't tolerate that. Um, but
So
yeah,
what if
that's what I mean.
what if a guy's working ridiculous amount of time and he still can't make ends meet and he's crying because he's on the verge of losing everything he has and losing his family? Is that an acceptable time to cry, or you would tell him to suck it up also?
Of course, yeah, of course he should cry. And
So
you
you
can
put
be tough
conditions.
and cry. Go
So
ahead.
you put conditions on it then.
Of course, there's conditions because we're human at the end of the day.
All right, long as you're keeping it consistent, because I don't want to get too far from the topic. But if you want to go with this, we could
I think
we
it's
could,
on topic.
yeah, no, we could do this. But I want to make sure though that we stick on the what the sister said, because she was talking about like the baby boy and the F boys.
Yeah.
And they're bred from these single mothers. I remember when we first started this show, me and Mike would always be so hard on women dressing their sons like them and things like that. And they would always tell us, oh, it's not that bad. And, oh, well, you're making a big deal out of this. And I'm like, bro, that's something seriously wrong there, but nobody wants to see it. I do want us to do a movie review at some point about Baby Boy, because there was a lot wrong with that movie. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. But man, there was a lot wrong with that. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Oh, shout out to Dwayne in the chat. Peace. Yeah, go ahead, Kev. We got time.
Yeah, the reason I was saying is all that is because even with the F boys, they don't have any balance. So they are raised in a house to where their moms or their aunts or whoever's taking care of them is letting them express their feelings, being angry and over emotional, but at the same time, there's not that masculine balance to say like, okay, you need to suck it up and do whatever you got to do to solve your situation. It's usually they're gonna like make excuses for them, which is why we see like women on the news saying like, oh no, you're such a good kid, even though you've beheaded like 3 people and kicked a dog and slapped a baby, stuff like that. All right, I'll let you go, Mike.
Go ahead, Mike, because there's something else I want to say, but go ahead.
I want to start by saying there are a lot of women that have the cheat code. They know even if you're raising a child by yourself, you make sure there's some sort of masculinity around them. I myself was raised by a single mom. Before she had a husband, I had my uncles. I had big cousins that came around. I had men that I respected, that I could speak to ensure that I wasn't just inundated with feminine energy. Now, there's nothing wrong with feminine energy. I just want the ladies to understand that the women we're talking about today, it might not be you who's listening right now. It might not be you. I'm trying this new positive approach. I'm working on it. We're not talking about you. If you raised your child to be an upstanding citizen, that's fantastic. We're talking about the women who raise their kids off of just emotion and illogical fallacies that they have adapted as the culture of their family. Meaning, there are women who speak to their child as if they're the same age. There are women who yell and punish their child as if they're grown. I've seen women punch their kid in the chest. I've seen women scream at them in the club. So I mean, at the Walmart, like they're an adult. And I'm like, ma'am, he's 2. Matter of fact, we all saw last week the woman in Africa treated that little 2-year-old, beat it up like it was like it could run. Thing could barely stand. Okay, so I'm talking about these broken people that continue these broken traditions. These people who raised, and let's be clear, the same men that they complain about are who they bring up in the next generation. Any woman that gets up and everything they say is about F boys, F boys, F boys, F boys, they usually come from women like that. And the women that I complain about usually come from women like that, because they teach their daughters to not take, you ain't got to listen to no man. Ain't no man gonna tell you what to do. You do whatever you, and then they tell their sons, I'm the woman of this house. You gonna listen to what I say. So you get an imbalance. You get a boy who has to see respect for his parent, but also he's a man, and he doesn't know where those two things can so coincide. That's a lesson every man has to learn. Women don't know that. There's a lesson you have to learn when you're an adult male, how to deal with an adult female that is your senior. That's something every man has to learn. Women don't know that. You don't know that a man, that I have to look at somebody that I grew up under, but I have to learn how to check them if it's something that has to be, like, I'll give you an example. My mother bought one of those Amazon booty shorts for my daughter, right? Why? Because women think anything is cute. They think if it's cute on me, it's cute on the baby. It's going to be cute. It's cute. It's cute. Now, this is my mother. This is the woman that raised me. This is the woman I respect highly. Okay. But as a man who has another life that's under me that I have to protect, I have to learn how to engage in a conversation where she understands that it doesn't matter that I'm under her. I'm over this kid. So I'm in charge. There's a way you speak. If you don't learn that masculine way of being, do you know what it turns into? I told you I don't want that way. Who you yelling at it? That's what it turns into. It turns into F-boy behavior. If there's no man to teach a man, you'll never become a man. There's a reason people say that. And these women have their children growing up under them as little girls. And then when they get in the world and they have masculine bodies physically, but mentally they're little girls. That's why you see dudes getting shot over stepping on a Puma. Dudes getting shot over smudging a Jordan. Dudes getting shot because homeboy looked at me funny. That's where that comes from. That's where it comes from. Shorty, 19 years old, got pregnant by a 12-year-old. That's where that comes from. Oh, well, he showed me love. Because she wanted someone she could control, so she got someone younger. That is the crux of the problem with what Kevin likes to say is the black community. So that's why I tell all the black women that I respect, please be contagious. Number one, stop listening to the stupidity that these modern women say when they complain about men. I tell all the people I know, if you listen to a woman's story and ask questions, you'll break it apart just that quick. He did this and he did. Matter of fact, even better. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna shut up. I was talking to a woman the other day, and she was telling me why she divorced her husband, because a lot of people, like, they see me on the show and they want to debate me. And she's told me she divorced her husband, and she was like, yeah, he wasn't there for me when my father died, and I can't believe. And I said, wow, that's crazy. So why wouldn't a man be there for you when your father died? That doesn't make sense. She was like, well, I don't know what to tell you, but when my father died, he ain't have nothing to say to me. He was acting like this. I asked questions. Guess what it turned out to be? A month before the father got sick, started getting worse, she cheated on him for the first time, and he found out. In her mind, he should get over that and be there for her because her father died. She told me, this is the worst thing that's happening to me. He should be there for me. And I told her, that's the worst thing that ever happened to him. And you're not there for him. But in her mind, she's the victim. So she had to leave him because he's being narcissistic and controlling by not being. This is the mentality that comes from these modern insane people. And I guarantee you, like I said before, they were raised by a mom who was just like what this woman was talking about. Wake up. Be contagious, good women. Hold your friends accountable. And trust me, me and Trevor the same way. Trevor said it earlier. If you don't take care of your kids or you mess with kids, you can't be around us. And if we find you somewhere and no one there, censor. And I'm Jamaican, so we handle stuff different in the island. You just won't be. like I said, open up. Matter of fact, stop that. I need everybody to stop being selfish for one moment. Women, I'm talking to you thoughts out there. That extra penis is not bringing you. Matter of fact, I've asked this question of every thought I've ever spoken to, and they've all answered the same way. The last 10 guys you slept with that you just had to sleep with because you were a free girl and you in your hot girl summer, what did any of them do for you? What did any of them do for you as a human being? Don't get me wrong. It might have been good. You might have caught a nut. Cool. That nut been over. What has any of that done for you? Other than make you unattractive to men who would actually want a future with you. Now, I'm not telling you can't have sex. I'm never going to tell somebody that. I'm a freak. But I'm saying if you're just out here throwing yourself to people just because, what is it? If it's not getting you anything, what's the point? Being a thought, that's what, and I tell people, listen, I'm going to stop after this. People always ask me about body counts and why do body counts matter? And I tell them all the time, a body count matters in time. If a chick tells me she has 30 bodies, right? And I ask her the time limit, and she's like, oh, I slept with 25 guys between 20 and 30, and then I slept with 5 guys between 30 and 40. That tells me she's ascended as a human being. She and I can have a conversation. But if you slept with 15 from 20 to 30 and 15 from 30 to 40, you still falling for the same game that you was falling for in high school. Why would I want you? You gonna get mad at me one day and go fall on Kevin? I'm good. I'm sorry, yo. I talked too long. Go ahead, Kev. Oh, snap. I got a bomb.
Oh my God, there's 15 comments that I gotta read. Man, look who decided to join us. What's up, Wayne?
Hey,
what up, man?
Yo,
What
yo.
up? It was one of those Mondays, man. What up, man? What's up, fellas? Sorry for being late. It's one of them Mondays, man. Everybody in the chat was happening.
Popping my G.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you, man. Hell, you see the time on the clock, but I don't know. I don't know what you caught. Wayne, you there?
Nah, I've been back and forth on the phone, and it's been a busy day. One of them days, bro.
All right, yeah. Yeah, it's all good. Let me knock out some of these comments before we go. Damn, there's a lot of them. All right, so Cliff is saying, let me go to the starred ones first. So Kevin J says, while I think there should be some, wait a minute. Oh no, I've already read that one. I read that one. Okay, so Nene says, so Maria G says, at Kevin, the mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation and go to the grave with a song still in them. That's from Henry David Trudeau.
Want to be loved by Butcher Bonton.
Nene says, growing up and being in my 20s around others that had kids, I heard more men tell their boys to man up, stop crying, suck it up. He needs to learn to be a man. That's true, but I bet you his mom told him that same thing. Cliff says, so y'all saying single women created the guys Pookie and Ray Ray they hate? Absolutely.
Don't say the modern woman, not single women. There's some single women out there who are doing a great job.
Moon Goddess says, Trevor, can the ladies pour your heart out be on the? Absolutely. I would. Yeah. I mean, a baby boy panel, you would have to have a women's perspectives on there. So you guys would definitely have to get on there. So let me catch up now. So Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of the American Dream, saying these facts in reference to Mike. Maria G says, which story from Africa, the 9-year-old boy? No, that sounds worse than the one we did last week. She's saying the 9-year-old boy who was tied to a pole and beaten. See, that's crazy, man.
Good Lord.
Moon Goddess says, bomb for Mike. Hey, Moon Goddess, Moon Goddess, I'm the producer extraordinaire here. I know when to drop the bombs. Nene says, Maria G, I haven't seen the story. Yeah. So, so Ricardo says, you spoke so eloquently, Sir Francis. I concur. And while she thinks the guy wasn't hurt by cheating, Yardy to the bone. Nene says, y'all sit on porches with machetes like, yeah. Well, you know how we do.
Cutlass, sweetie, cutlass.
Maria G says, my husband used to say modern single women love to keep other women single. Absolutely. Wow. Ricardo, Maria G and modern single women sometimes hate when their friends get hitched and want to sometimes dictate how the hitched friends should behave. And now everybody's saying, shout out to Wayne. Yeah, Wayne. So we kind of pivoted tonight. And the show actually took a direction I wasn't planning, but it actually ended up really good. There is a story that we were going to get to, the Trevor Bauer situation, but I need you and Mike to spearhead that, because I mean that's just going to be probably a whole 40 minutes in his own. So I'm going to save that to next week. Mike, actually send Wayne the video or put it in the group just so he can have his notes ahead of time. One thing I did want to say, wow, I can't. This would be the shortest Man Talk Monday ever. One thing I did want to say, because there was a lot of people talking about men and depression and stuff like that, and you guys know I talked about that when I used to do the podcast. I talked about depression. Let's just say I dealt with it, but there was something TD Jakes, and I'm no fan of TD Jakes, but he did do a series called He Motions, and in the He Motions he talked about Jim Baker telling him a story. So I'm gonna tell you the story Jim Baker said real quick, and it's in reference to why you always tell men be quiet, don't talk, and keep quiet, talk in silence, and then big boys don't cry, and this and that. TD Jakes talks about this salesman. He talks about this salesman who was never home, so he was always working, so he never had time for any family because he was never home. So what he did, he bought a bunch of exotic, expensive fish, and he treated them like they were his kids, because that was all he had, because he was never home. So one night, he felt the water and it was cold, so he decided to turn the thermostat on. But he ended up turning the thermostat up too high, so overnight the fish boiled and they died. So when he woke up in the morning, he saw the fish floating to the top, and the salesman, professional man, he asked the question that TDJ says that something like a child would ask. And he asked the question, I wonder if they cried during the night and I couldn't hear them crying. Like, he was asking, did they scream? And TD Jakes said that women in general can't hear us screaming, like, because you guys can't relate to us. So even though you love us, even though you care for us, even though for the most part a lot of you guys say that y'all need us and y'all want us around, our languages is not the same. So while we're doing this, we're like, y'all can't hear us. And I wish I would have saw the video. It's not on Facebook. It's not on YouTube anymore. But TD Jakes was saying, like, she loves you, but she can't hear you. And he was like going like, and he was referring it back to the men and the fish. The man was saying, like, grown man asking, did the fish hear him scream? Did he scream? Did the fish scream in the middle of the night? And he couldn't hear them because their languages aren't the same. So I say that to say this: us men do cry, but a lot of times we cry in silence because y'all don't hear us. Y'all don't. Y'all act like y'all do. Oftentimes when y'all do hear us, it's too late. Y'all oftentimes hear us once we'd already gone over that, where we already gone to the point of no return. I did a podcast last year called Come Out of Your Cave. And I made reference to the fact that sometimes as men, we'll go into that cave and we'll never come out. Oh, you may see us out of the cave, but we never came out of that cave. We could function outside of the cave. We could pay bills outside of the cave. We could be parents outside of the cave. We could be a husband outside of the cave. We could have sex outside of the cave, but we never came out of that cave. And I'm just saying, stop with the men don't cry. And yeah, Kev said, oh, if a man stomps his toe, we're not talking about that. Y'all know exactly what we're talking about. The weight of the world that we feel, I'm sorry, but it's not the same. It's not the same. I mean, we've come a long way in this world. We come a long way in this society, but the pressures that we feel in life is still not the same, man. And y'all can have grace for everything in the world. Have grace for your black man. Have a little grace for your black man. Instead of just saying like, oh, he's tripping. Oh, why you acting like that? No, find out what's going on. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, but when I ask him, he won't tell me. How are you asking? Are you asking to pry, or are you asking to really know what the problem is? Or are you asking to help? All I say is, man, just have a little grace, man, because you don't see, I could talk about my personal experiences because I had a breakdown, not too long ago. And like my wife was there for me. So I'm not talking out of a lack of experience here. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is try to learn our language. Y'all always want us to understand y'all. Try to learn our language. Try to learn our language for a chance. See where we're coming from. See what bothers us. We don't require much. Feed us, make love to us. Leave us alone when we want to play video games and chill with the homies and watch football. We don't require much, but we're asking to just understand us. Just do less of this and more Hulk Hogan. Just listen. Just listen. Open up your ears. Let's get on the same page here. Let's learn the same love language. And I'm done. Y'all got it. I'm done. I'm done.
You deserve a pool or some stars.
Nah, man, I'm just talking, man. Sometimes it's crazy what this show turned into today. Cause I legit came on here like, boy, we gonna get buck wild today. We gonna go in the Trevor Bauer story and we just gonna go the hell off. And I had like 3 more stories that were kind of similar to it, but we ended up pivoting, and it's crazy. It's crazy what this show ended up being, man. But I love it, man. I thank you guys for taking the pivot with me. You know what I mean? So that was great.
You deserve the bomb.
Go ahead.
That was bomb worthy, bro.
I think so too. Because I feel the same way. I don't think women understand the stuff that we have to go through, especially to make them happy. And I don't think they understand other aspects of life outside of themselves, unless they can unless it's like cutesy or like relatable to them. But yeah, I mean I've had situations myself where like I'm depressed or like I'm going through stuff, and instead of like seeing outside and being like, okay, maybe he's going through something, she's taking it inward, like, oh, is it because of me? Like, am I not satisfying you? Stuff like that. So with stuff like that, that's why I say like there should definitely be a balance in the house. Like we definitely got to normalize having men in the house, because there's either way, like there's things that I can't relate to when it comes to women's problems, and there's things that women can't relate to when it comes to men's problems. So that's why it's good to have both perspectives in the house as opposed to one. And that way we can stop having so many pookies stealing everybody's girls and stuff like that, or impregnating all the fine women. Damn it.
Hey man,
Kev. Go ahead, Mike.
The thing's about to go off, so get ready.
Well, I was going to tell Kev he might as well just give his close out while we at it.
Go ahead.
You want me to get my close out?
No, but hold on, I did want to say this. I will get a close out after the buzzer goes off, because I know Mike has something else to say. But I will tell y'all know that a couple of weeks ago, I shut the channel down, and then I told everybody why I did it. So, but what y'all don't know is the message that I said prior to it. So I have groups. You know, Man Talk Monday has a group. Tape Fist Politics has a group. You know, we have groups for any show that we do over here. And to a man, I'm gonna tell y'all, that's why this show is so important to me. That's why we changed the thumbnail to the men in the barbershop, or you see the men just sitting out talking. Because what this show is, let me move this before this goes off. What this show is a sounding board. So I say this. I told two groups. I have a group called a Man Cave, and then we have a collective group. Well, I told three. So I have this group, we have the Man Cave, and then we have a collective Tape Fist Politics and Wrestling with Reality group. I literally just left them probably like a 1 minute voice message, you know, about what was going on and why I was going silent. And not even 2 minutes later, Mike's calling me, Wayne's calling me. You see what I'm saying? That's why this means so much more to me. Like this is you guys don't understand. Yeah, we come over here to entertain you, but this is like a brotherhood. Mike even offered to leave from wherever the hell he was at to come down here and get me just so we could go out. Like y'all don't understand like that type of stuff. That's why when I say like going into a cave, like that caveman experience is something serious, man. Because men could function out of a cave. It's like being a functioning alcoholic. You can like legit be an alcoholic and still function like nothing's wrong. People on drugs function every day, but in the meanwhile, they dying inside. So all I'm saying, man, just have a little grace. Just have a little grace for your brother, man. Just have a little grace. Don't always try to make everything about yourself. And you know, that was a whole nother thing, but I ain't even gonna mess with that. But just have a little grace for your brother, man. Because sometimes everything that you see on the outside is not 100%. So I'm done with that. All right, y'all could go. Y'all got it.
Go ahead, close up.
I guess we sounding off.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, fellas, good show. You definitely appreciate it, Trev. Mike, I can't believe I agree with you so much. That's weird.
It's called maturity, my brother.
True. Assalamu alaikum. Definitely. I'm gonna say this again, man. Wrap it up, people. Wrap it up. Salary. I mean, that's literally a lot of your problems out here. But we should definitely have a man talk show about men's depression. That'd be different. That would be a good discussion, like, you know, stuff that guys go through. I don't know if you've done that already, but I think that'd be a good idea.
I did, but we could always
run it back.
Yeah, we could always run it back. Nothing's ever limited.
Okay, but yeah, I want to be part of that.
This wasn't the show. This wasn't the show I planned today. I mean, shit, we could pivot anytime.
I'm sorry. I'm sure I got off topic, but that's all I got. All right, boys. I'll see you next week.
All right, Kev. Peace, man. Y'all think we be beating up on Kevin, man. Kevin like a little brother to us, man. So we don't be beating. It's just tough love. That's all it is. And hell, not for nothing. If a lot of younger kids had some more OGs that would jump in there behind all that didn't sound right, but if they would just jump on them and get into them a lot of times, they'd be a lot better off. Mike always talk about stop being so damn selfish. And that's the thing, you know, Zay told me one time, Zay was like, man, he said, yeah, that's good and dandy and all that you do that for your kid, but what about the other kid? And I'm like, damn. Wayne, I know you came in on the tail end, man, but I know mean, to be like that sometimes.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, man. I make sure I'm on it next week.
I figured you was busy. I figured, say,
yeah, man. The phone wouldn't stop ringing. Geez. But no, I want to say before I go, you know, about the whole man depression and expressing themselves. I always advocate that you find another man to open up to. All right. You know, I got a few guys every day we talk. Every day, you know. Um and we talk about it all from sports to women to whatever, you know, money or whatever they got going on. I don't advocate too much that you bleed out on your wife or your woman. You know what I mean? In context, you do. You know, I'm not saying that you don't express yourself to your woman, but I always say be careful with that, because she doesn't. Yeah, I heard
Here you
nature is
go.
not.
Here
Yeah,
you
I was
go.
gonna do it. I'm gonna wait. I know we out of time, but no.
Here you go.
Yeah, let me wrap it up. But no, I know I'm late. But listen, man, I appreciate y'all boys, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. Y'all boys got want to talk. Y'all got my number. You know, we in the group chat. Whatever y'all want to talk about, chop it up. You know, yeah, man. Bleed out. Call me. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Get through it. Um, Appreciate y'all, everybody on the chat. What's happening? Yeah, man. Good show. Let's do it again this week. Hey, let's keep this thing going, man. This thing gonna grow. It's gonna blow up, man. I got guys. I got a lot of quiet watchers, man. They don't be in the chat, but they watch the show, man, and they loving the show, man. The dudes loving the show. Trust me. All right, y'all have a good night.
Appreciate
Peace.
that. All right, Wayne.
Black Lion, center of Voltron.
And what I didn't say too was when Wayne called me, I didn't answer. And he knew exactly what it meant. I think all I did was just gave him the fist that let him know I was physically okay. Like I was okay physically. And he knew exactly what it meant. He was like, all he said was, all right, I'm here when you're ready. That's it.
And then you had that annoying friend that wouldn't stop calling.
Yeah, then you have Mike. I mean, but that's how it is, man. It's like people get so caught up on, oh, you're not talking to me every day and you don't answer when I call you and stuff like that, man. But if your friendship is predicated on you having to talk to somebody every minute of the day, then y'all not really friends. Y'all like really not friends, man. I've had friends that I haven't seen in years, and when you see them again, it's like, damn, like we just saw each other yesterday. What you got, Wayne? And just so y'all know, y'all already know where the mic check is coming from this week. So I'll make sure and have that up sometime this week. I got a busy week this week, so it'll be up by this weekend. But yeah, y'all be sure to check out that mic check. What you got for us, Mike?
I want to say a couple things. One, shout out to the chat. I want to love Maria G. Moon Goddess, I stole your name today. Call myself Sun Deity. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit, I just realized that.
Hey, I'm trying to be different. I try to be different. I want to say, Trevor, don't think I don't remember that you talked about sucking toes on Nini's comment. We both heard it. Just because, oh, yeah, when you watch the show back, you'll hear it. Oh, yeah, she heard it, and I heard it too. I just want to make sure you know that I know that you know that I know that I heard that. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, when I'm sitting here, I don't be knowing everything that's going on. I got to go back and see.
Whatever's beneath that shiny dolphin dome, whatever toes you was thinking about sucking is your business. I'm just saying. And you said it on Nini comment, that made it extra funny. I'm going to leave it at that. Hey, Nini, wash your feet. Now. The show about to be over. Go watch. All right, anyway. I want to say to the ladies out there, I tell this to every male or female I talk to, because you might not believe me, but there's we as women can do better I don't know who that stole Moon God. Moon Goddess and Kevin J been on the same stuff lately. They got like, somebody must have caught them with that, you know what I'm saying, that good juice, and they all about thank you. We need you. Thank you. For real. I'm gonna stay the Sun Deity for the next episode. That's real. But I'm gonna say this to the women out there. I tell this to everybody because a lot of people ask me for advice and they come, which I know people like, don't nobody ask you what they do. It's weird. Not really weird. I kind of I enjoy it. Ladies, you cannot judge man actions on women emotions. Okay? I know. I tell my friend, he did this and he did that, so it's gotta mean he. It don't work like that. A man will do something for some reason you can't even fathom why he did it. That's why you need to have males in your life that you can talk to. You need to have a big cousin that need to have me that you can call and be like, man, my man tripping, da, 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 da. And you know I'm gonna be objective because I don't want no coochie from you. Dead serious. You need to find somebody that don't want your coochie, and that's who you talk to. And it's the same to men. You can't judge women actions by man emotions. It don't work. You'll be like, yo, she ain't calling me today. Yeah, I know she wasn't feeling me. Man, she probably had a heavy flow day. She wasn't even thinking about nothing but getting home. You don't know, and that's not something your brain will analyze. You feel me? And Trevor's 1,000% right. I got a friend he's lived an hour away from me for about 4 or 5 years now. We've seen each other twice. And I called him yesterday and say, hey, check the show out. And he damn sure watched it. He was like, man, oh yeah, that show was going, bro. I like it. I'm gonna watch it just because you want it. And Trevor, my mom watched the debate. She really enjoyed it.
Which one?
The last one.
Okay.
The debate on Thursday. She watched the whole thing.
Okay.
She came in Monday like, they got a debate today? I'm like, no, it's me today. She's like, I want to watch you. I'm like, shut up.
We got another one November 5th.
I bet. Yeah, she liked that. She listened to the whole thing, watching tennis and listening to them. It was hilarious. Well, hey, let's be nicer to each other. Let's love each other. And if you take anything from anything I said today, remember that little part where I said, if you're in a relationship, chances are you're annoying them too. If there's an issue and it's something that's easy, just do it. It don't hurt. If you get annoyed by he keep taking his shirt off and leaving it, put the shirt in the dirty clothes hamper. It ain't hurting you. So, because I guarantee you, when you fall asleep and you got your toes out, and he come over and wrap your toes up, you like, oh, I feel better. He do it because he love you. It's annoying, but he still do it. That's the person you chose. You chose that person. So make it easy. Stop thinking about what you not getting and focus 100% on what you can give. Because if you do that and you get divorced, when you get divorced, guess what you'll not have? Regrets. You know you put your whole heart into that relationship, into that marriage. If you know you can do that and it's over, you know it wasn't on you. That's why people ask me all the time, oh, how come your marriage is that? And I tell them, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. You feel me? So I'm good. Hold up. Women never make discussions when you're menstruating and then fall in love. Yo, Maria G.
Yeah, Maria G.
I'm trying to get late bombs.
Yeah, whoever you are, welcome to the Straight Talk Society.
Welcome. Yes. Yes.
Oh man.
Hey, and that goes for men too. Hey, men, stop making decisions before the orgasm. You know what I'm saying? You know how much you cared about that person until you bust, and then it's like, why am I here? That means you didn't really like her, bro. So bust one out before you go on a date. Actually learn the woman. Learn women. How about that? How about we normalize no longer conquering Panani? You've had sex, it was good. Yay. Let's try to move on to something higher. Let's try to get something better in life. Let's try to get some love. Let's try to get some love that lasts longer than a season of Grey's Anatomy. How about that shit? But I digress. I'm gonna step off. I'm sorry, sir. I've been talking way too much. We was on a record and I ruined it. We could have stopped by 8 o'clock. My bad.
Make sure and get with Venkat, man. I want y'all to do that show.
I'll talk to him.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do it, obviously, but
hey, send me that picture of that girl, because that girl wasn't black. That was a white woman.
Yeah, I'll send you that video. No, she absolutely was a black girl.
I am flabbergasted and disgusted, sir. Chat, all love. This is the first time the chat asked for me to get a bomb, and it was Moon Goddess. I'm so thrown, I don't know what to do. Ooh, I'm gonna go celebrate. All right, y'all have a great one. Enjoy your night. Holla at the best beard. I named him the best beard in all of podcasting. I'm gonna take a picture of it and scribble gray lines in it when you ain't on the just to hate.
Y'all should have saw. So I call myself growing my hair out. I mean, I've been bald since I was 19, so I call myself growing my hair out for about a week or two. I didn't shave, so you could see like it just looked awful. I mean,
Jones.
I look like James Evans in 2023. James Evans, like it just looked ridiculous. Yes, I was like, no, I gotta clean myself up, man. I gotta clean myself up because sometimes you just don't want to do it though, man. But
I got some beard grease and everything. I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah, this glory, this
that masterfulness. I'm jealous as hell.
My lion's mane. All right, we got okay. I got 6 minutes before we go. Let me
business.
All right, peace, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Let me give a rundown. That's great though. Mike said his mom enjoyed the debate. See, that's why I don't peace, Eddie Israel. Eddie Israel will be over here this Thursday. Keep talking about next Thursday. This Thursday, Eddie Israel will be doing a presentation. Let's go through the schedule for this week before I shut down. Oh man, the 2.5 hour Man Talk Monday. Just what I love. Tomorrow night, we will have Take Fist Politics, episode 6. Who was better, Trump or Obama? Oh boy. Then this Wednesday, we will have the WWE Fastlane review with the WWR crew, Wrestling with Reality, episode 26. We will be here this Wednesday. Show will be starting at 5:45. Then this Thursday, Eddie Israel will be doing his presentation. Our African Americans, African. Y'all make sure and tune into that. He will have the platform all by himself. And that is going to be a fantastic conversation. And I know Maria asked about it. We have the UFC 294 preview show, which will take place October 20th at 7:30 p.m. And then they will be doing the review show right after the event because the event is at a 2 p.m. start time. So they will be doing the show right after, like about 6 o'clock that Saturday. We do have the return of Straight Talk Therapy sessions with Dr. Mia. She will be back October 27th, but that day before, October 26th, I will be doing a one-on-one interview with Brother Stacy Mobley. Y'all see Brother Stacy Mobley is a powerful debater over here on the Straight Talk Society. Yeah, y'all tune in. Y'all gonna enjoy his story, especially when you find out what he used to do. That's gonna be interesting. I just watched the video this morning. So that's it. Man, I thought this was a fantastic show. I legit, the show, listen, what we had planned and what actually went on, hey, plans change sometimes. That's why I am the king of pivoting. I could legit just pivot on a dime. It called for something else and we did something else. So thanks to Mike. Special thanks to Mike, man. Just been my right-hand man since we started doing the Man Talk Monday. I don't even remember when we started doing it, but a couple of months we just decided one day, like, we probably should just do this every Monday. And then Kev came on, Wayne came on. Wayne is very busy, man. When you're running a business and things like that, you know, you get caught up in meetings. But Wayne will be back next Monday. And young Kev didn't cape too hard tonight, man. So I really appreciate that. But again, every young guy, you know, you need that village. You need that adult that could be like, hey, man, just look at it from this point of view. So that's how that goes. But make sure and tune in tomorrow night for Take Fist Politics. Van Cat, Mike, MD, and Ricardo will be taking the helm on that. I think that's it for me. With all that being said, I leave you with these words. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them. Until tomorrow night. Oh, shout out to Maria G. And who was the other new person in the chat? Let me go up so I could get that name. Where is she? Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of the American Dream. Shout out to them sisters for joining the chat tonight. Hopefully y'all find it entertaining as well as informative over here on the Straight Talk Society. And you go back and you look at past things on the channel. that you may love, please make sure to check out the Pour Your Heart Out tab, because that is my wife's show, and she does, the women driven panels. So you hear everything from a woman's perspective, like how we do everything from male's perspective. You hear the woman's perspective on various topics. So y'all make sure and check that out. Now I'm officially gone until tomorrow night. Tape Fist Politics. Peace.
Why are you so aggressive, black man? I'm like, it's a no win.
Always aggressive black man.
What's up, man?
Wayne.
Mike.
Oh, okay. Hey man, cut the sexiness out, man. Ain't no women on the panel. Man, we on here talking all sexy.
He just goes on. He just went off on you like that, just for no reason.
Yeah, man.